Alright everybody, we're going to play a solo game of Imperial Settlers. I am playing as the evil, dastardly barbarians. They are, in my opinion, one of the easiest factions to play with. And so it's probably going to be the easiest faction for me to kind of teach you how to play Imperial Settlers if you've not ever played this game before. So right off the bat, I draw 2 cards off my faction deck, and I draw 2 cards off of the common deck. That'll make my starting hand. Now, I'm going to turn over the top card of this bad guy. This is the guy that's going to try to destroy my common buildings. Okay, this is the common deck, common buildings. Notice that they have different backgrounds, plus they're also going to look a little different even on the front of the cards, which I'll explain that as we're playing. So I have my cards, so right at the beginning of the round, we're going to draw 1 extra card off my faction deck, and now we're going to draw 4 cards off of the common deck. I am going to select one, and let's take a look at him, and then we're going to shuffle up the other ones, give him a random one, and then I will take another one, giving him the last one. So, alright, so what I like to look at initially right off the bat is how difficult it is to build, because early game, it's kind of hard to build stuff. And I also like to look at the rewards. That's fine, but I know for a fact this one's out. I don't want that one. So this one's not too bad, but I'm thinking it's between these two right here, because apples could come in handy early game, and this one here is going to give me stone. I think we're going to go with the apple one, and then we're going to see if I get lucky and possibly get that one as well, because I would like to be able to do the stone one as well. So let's see what happens, and let's see. Yep, he took that one, and that's fine because I wanted this one anyways, and he gets that one as well. So, alright, so let's see what do the rest of my cards look like. Alright, so, alright, difference between faction and common cards. Let's take a look at one of them, okay? Typically, the common cards will have a raise to gain symbol up here, and if you notice, if I decide to raise it, I would get 2 apples. I'll explain how that works as well the game progresses. None of the common or the faction ones will have that, except for the Japanese. The Japanese will, but don't let that confuse you. The easiest way to tell the difference between a faction and a common is that all factions have a make a deal to produce blue symbol down here at the bottom, where none of the common ones will. Also, all faction ones are worth 2 victory points, and all commons are only worth 1 at the end of the game. So those are the easiest ways to tell them apart. You know, that way you don't have to constantly flip them over and look at the backs of the cards, okay? So just look for the blue down at the bottom. If it's got the blue make a deal, that's a faction card, okay? It's worth 2 victory points for you. Alright, so right off the bat I noticed this one right here. This is going to be free for me to build. But before we get into that, why don't we go into our production phase? If you look here at the top of my board, it says production. I get to gain 5 people, and a sword, and a shield. Well, in the solo game, the shields aren't worth anything, so we're not going to worry about those. But I do have my 5 people and my sword. Production's very weak at the beginning of the game, and that's why we have our player board here. If you notice, it says production, feature, action, okay? So basically, this is where my production cards are going to go, my feature cards, and then my action cards. And that'll make more sense as we're playing as well. So this one here is a feature card, as noted right here. So it says pay to build for free, and I will get a building bonus of 1 worker. Well, that's a no-brainer. So that one's going down. I gained a worker, and that's a one-time benefit. So, and plus, I mean, this thing ain't going to be sticking around, trust me. It's just something to plop down, because if you notice, some of my faction cards are going to require me to use houses to be able to build, which means I'm going to have to destroy these in order to build them. So, okay, so to make a deal to produce, okay, so if I wanted to, I could make a deal with this and gain swords. I like that idea. So let's use our apples. Okay, so let's see if we can build this. But before we try to do that, let's see if I can raise something. If I... Ooh, that's a good one, yes. Ooh, that's a good one too. Okay, let's build this one right here, alright? So this is a faction one. Notice it's got the blue thing. So we don't have any wood. It takes 1 wood to build. So we're going to spend 2 of our workers, okay? If I spend 2 workers, I can gain 1 piece of wood, a piece of stone, a food, or a card. Well, we're going to choose the wood. Now we're just going to spin that wood to build this card, and it will go on the left side, because that left side's for factions, right side is for commons, okay? That's immediately going to let me gain 2 pieces of wood, because the production kicks in immediately, okay? And that's once each round now, I'll gain that. So with 2 pieces of wood now, I could try to build this, but I still need the apple. There's nothing I could raise to get the apple, unfortunately. But before we do that, why don't we just go ahead and do this one too. So this is going to cost me 1 piece of wood, and this is a faction one as well, and that's going to give me 2 more workers. Okay, now one good thing about the barbarians is that they carry workers from one round to the next. They're the only faction that can do that. The Egyptians do gold, Romans swords, and the Japanese food. Alright, so now I want to make an apple. Okay, so we're going to spend 2 workers here, and we are going to make an apple. Okay, now we're going to spend a wood and an apple to make this card happen. So we're going to spend the food and the wood, and we're going to plop that down. Now that card set is a production 1 apple, so I immediately get 1 apple. We're going to get mega apple. This apple is 2 apples that are stuck together. Mega apple. And it says a building bonus of 1 apple. So I actually get an additional apple as well. So, and that's a one-time effect. So with that, I now can turn this in and flip it up here and make a deal, which I think I'm going to do. So for me to do that, I spend 1 apple. We'll spend mega apple. We're going to flip that up there. And that's going to immediately give me a sword, okay? Now with 2 swords, I can start going after his buildings if I want. Which I might do, but we'll see. In fact, yes I will, okay? So I'm going to spend 2 swords, okay? And we are going to go after this one right here, okay? Notice right here in the red it says raise to gain, and it's got 2 stone. Okay, I spend 2 swords, I raise it, I gain 2 stone, and then this just goes into the discard pile. Okay, so we'll put my 2 stone on my player board right there. The reason I wanted to do that is because if I spend a wood and a stone, I could build this one, and this is going to allow me to draw more cards, okay? Well, I don't have any wood, so we're going to have to spend 2 workers, gain a piece of wood. Now we're going to spend the wood and the stone to be able to build this card, and then this will go down here. Notice actions, features, production, right? It's all making sense, coming together, right? Okay, so this is going to, as an action, to spend a worker, and I get to draw 1 card, maybe activate it twice. I like that idea, so I think I will do that, and I'm going to go for a faction card. Okay? So this is saying spend a sword to gain a gold and 2 victory points. Well, we definitely don't want to get rid of that. That's a great card, so we're not going to make a deal with that. But unfortunately, I don't have enough resources to be able to do anything else with it. So we are going to spend another worker to draw another card. Oh, man, I was really hoping for something different because, I was wanting to try to make another deal out of one of these, but I don't want to do it with this one because that's a great card. This one says each time you raise, you gain a victory point, and I raise a lot in this game. So, unfortunately, I think I'm just going to forego because I don't want to get rid of any of these cards. These are good cards. I hate to do that because this is the only card in the Barbarians, and you can tell that because, see, it's got like 1 caveman there. That tells you that there's only 1 of them. This one, there's 3 of them. And these really stack up if I could be lucky enough to get all 3 of them. Plus, there's some that are even in this common deck that could add to it as well. So, so we're going to actually end it right there, which I hate doing that because that means I'm going to lose my apple and I'm going to lose my piece of stone. But, yeah, it's still a pretty good first round. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so right off the bat, he's going to get this card. That's his card now, and that goes up there. So we've got a gold coin at the top of this, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to flip more cards, and if them cards match the symbols that are located in my raise area, then he's going to raise them. So we've got a piece of wood, and this is 2 apples, and this is 2 cards, so I know for a fact I'm safe. So 2 pieces of wood and a gold. Yep, I'm safe. All right, so right off the bat, we're going to draw one of our faction cards, and now we're going to take 4 of these cards here. And, well, we're going to first move that down to round 2. And we're going to pick out 1, give him 1 randomly, and then I'm going to take another and give him the last. So, alright, so because I'm producing apples, that's not a bad one there. Definitely don't want that one. Don't care for that one. Well, actually, that one's not that bad now that I think about it. Spend 1 worker to gain 2 stone. That's the one we're going for. Okay, so I might go... I know which one I hope that makes it to me, but we'll see. Flip over 1, production, 1 gold for each golden. And well, I don't have any golden in there, but it would produce 1 for itself. But he does get that. Next, I'm going to take this one here. So, and we'll give him that one too. Alright, so let's see which cards I have this time. So, alright, so we got some good ones here. Oh, another one here to where I could produce more wood. That's nice. Alright, so now we go into our production phase, which I will get a sword. I will get 5 people. And I will get another sword. plus I will get 2 wood and 2 people and 1 apple. Alright, so we're going to put this all here in the center of the board, see if we can keep track of it there. There we go. Nice and neat. Alright, so I know that I probably want to build this one here for each time you raise, gain a victory point. That'd probably be a smart one to build. So let's do that. Now that's going to take 1 piece of wood and a house. So we're going to place that because it's a feature. And we're going to spend 1 wood to be able to do that. And we're going to destroy the ruins. And that'll go bye-bye. So you always have to get rid, if it shows the house, you're going to have to get rid of one of your commons in order to build. This one's a no-brainer. So for 1 piece of wood, I'm going to get 2 in return. So might as well build that and get 2 pieces of wood in return. Alright. So let's see here. I want to build this. I know that for a fact. So I need some stone. So I do have 2 swords. And if I notice on this card right here, if I raise this one, I get a gold and a stone. A gold could be used for food, stone, or even wood. So if I spend 2 swords, I could raise this, which will give me a gold coin and a stone. That goes into the discard. Plus, because of this card, I'm going to gain a victory point. Okay? So that wasn't a bad deal, right? Now I could build this one if I want to, which is a production one, which says that it takes a wood and a stone. So let's do that. Stone and a wood. And then for production, it's going to give me a stone and the building bonus, another stone. So I'm going to get 2 stone in return for building that. Yeah, not too shabby, right? We're cooking with gas here, pal. Alright, so let's see what else we can do. We want to build this one. It says spend a sword to gain a gold and 2 victory points, okay? And that's going to cost me a wood and a stone. So, but I'm also going to have to destroy one of my commons to be able to do that. Not real crazy about that. Oh, you know what? Yes, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to spend the wood and the stone. Stone, wood. And this is an action, which means now it's going to go right here on my player board. But I will have to destroy one of my common cards because of this. And we're going to destroy the one we just built, the quarry. Now, why did I do that? Because this one's better. It says spend 1 worker to gain two stone, okay? So for the rest of the game, you know, I could possibly have that, which works a little better. Alright, so we've got plenty of resources still, and I'm thinking we're going to activate this card, the castle. It says for an action, spend a worker to draw 1 card. We're going to draw a faction card. Alright, so, ooh, production, a sword and a stone. That works perfect. Now this is going to destroy one of the houses, so we'll probably destroy this one here. So we're going to spend our stone. We're going to put this over on this side of the player board, and we're starting to run out of space over there. So let's slide everything. Slide, okay? And that is kind of how this game goes. Things just keep building, 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 and they'll just keep taking over the entire table. But that's going to immediately give me a sword and a stone. That's a good one. Really good one. Okay, so I think I needed to destroy a house with that as well when I built that. So I will destroy Apple House. So let's see what else we can do. Let's draw another card and see what we get. Okay, so this is saying as an action, spend 1 worker to take 1 resource from your enemy. Well, he doesn't really have any resources, so I'm going to make a deal with this one. So we're going to spend our Mr. Apple, and we're going to flip him up there. And in exchange, that will give me a gold. And from the rest of the game, I'm going to get 1 gold as well. So let's see. I do have a sword. So if I remember correctly, this one here, it says spend a sword to gain a gold and 2 victory points. So we're just going to do that. That only makes sense. So let's get our gold and our 2 victory points. Okay? Let's see. What else can we do here? I think I would like some more cards. Now, I could build these, and I'd probably be in okay shape. Let's see. Oops. Or we could just throw them down on the table. Either which way, that works, right? Spend a worker to gain 2 stone. Well, I've already got a stone. I've got enough. Okay, I want to get another faction card is what I think I'm going to do. Okay, so let's spend our 2 workers. Let's get another faction card. Okay, spend a worker to gain a victory point. May be activated twice. Yeah, kind of like that one. Not too shabby. Well, we definitely want to build this one, okay? So for me to build it, I'm going to need to build a common because I don't want to get rid of this one. This one's too good. So I'm going to get rid of one of these 2. So I've already got a stone. So if a gold can represent either wood, food, or stone. So I'm going to spend a piece of gold along with that one piece of stone. And we're going to place this card down here. And, wait a minute. We're going to place this card, sorry about that, over here. And now we're going to have something for him to be able to destroy. But first, I am going to activate it by spinning a worker to gain the 2 stone. So let's gain our 2 stone, place it on our player board right here. Okay? Which I really didn't need, but who knows? I might need it here in a second. Alright, so 2 pieces of wood and a house. So we'll spin both of these as wood. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So 2 wood and a house. So we'll place this down here as an action. And now we're going to destroy this one we just built that gave us the stone. And that worker will just go away. So this is saying I could put a worker on there and gain a victory point, maybe activate it twice. I got 2 workers. I can't build this. I mean, I could take a chance and try to draw a card, but I may not be able to use the stone to do anything with it. I'm saying let's just do it. Let's place our 2 workers on there, and let's go for the sure thing, which gives us 2 more victory points, okay? Now that will end the round, so we're going to go into cleanup, which means I can't carry the stone. My workers and everybody go bye-bye. Let's put them over here. Okay, and this card will go into his portfolio. And now let's see if he destroys this building. He would have to draw 2 cards in order to be able to destroy it, okay? So he'd have to get pretty darn lucky, okay? So let's flip over our first one, which is a card. Ooh, gosh, well, that matches that. If I draw another card, he's raising it. I didn't. I drew a star, so I'm safe, okay? But unfortunately, if I draw another card out of here that has the card symbol on it, he's going to raise this, and that's kind of scary because I don't want to lose it, but at least I do get to keep it for one more round. Alright, so I am on round 3, so I draw one of my faction cards. Let's draw 4 of these, and let's see what happens. Alright, so this will be easy to build. Production, gain a wood, and gain another wood as soon as you build it. So that's an easy one for me to build. I kind of like that. This one says discard a card from your hand to gain 2 victory points. That's not bad either. Plus I get a card immediately. I don't know, plus if I raise it I get 2 cards. I like it for that more than anything. Spend a worker and an apple. We're going to go with this one right here. Okay, so let's and he gets spend a worker and an apple to gain 2 victory points. That's okay because we're going to take this one now and give him that one. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. So we're getting a little bit lower on cards if you noticed. So let's go ahead and go into our production phase. So a coin, a sword, we get 5 people, and another sword. We get 2 pieces of wood, 2 people, 2 more pieces of wood, and a sword and a stone. A sword and a stone. Sword and a stone. Alright, so what I'm thinking is why don't we do this? We're going to activate this building. We're going to draw one of our faction cards. Man, it's more wood. Wow. It's easy building to build for 2 points, so might as well do it. So we will spend 1 piece of wood to build that, which will give me 2 in return. So why not, right? That's gravy. That's a no-brainer in my book. But, boy, any more production, I'm going to have to slide this over. Let's just do it now. I mean, the production is crazy. I don't typically produce this much with the barbarians. They're kind of going a little bonkers for me in this game, but that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So let's see. Well, we got plenty of wood. Let's build this one here, and that's going to cost me 2 wood in order to build. Okay, but it does say production 1 wood and a building bonus of wood. So we're going to build that for no other purpose than we're going to destroy it. So I would just get my wood in return. So no sense in spending it. Okay, so we're just using that building to basically destroy. I like the idea of raising this one because it's going to give me a person and an apple, and that could allow me then to turn this into a deal. It's not a bad deal. Why don't we do that, okay? So we're going to spend 1 because I only have to spend 1 of mine to destroy 1 out of my hand. I'm going to raise that, which if you remember is going to give me a victory point. And we're going to put that in the discard, and that's going to give me a person and an apple. So we'll put those on our player board there, okay? Now, with that apple, I am going to make a deal with this one, place it up there, and that's going to give me an additional gold coin. Alright, so let's see. I've got one card in my hand, so I need more faction cards. Let's draw another faction. Spend a sword, 2 swords, to immediately raise a card from the hand of... No, I don't know about that. Okay, so let's move his stuff over a little bit because he's kind of getting in my way, ain't he? So we're going to put those there. And we're going to slide these right up there next to him. So hopefully those, yeah, they'll stay on camera just fine. In fact, let's send them up there a little bit further just to get them more out of the reach, okay? All right, so now we are going to... I'm thinking I need more cards. I want another card. I'm not real happy with what I drew here, unfortunately. So this one here, if I decide to raise it, I could gain 2 cards. Why don't we do that? And of course, that will give me a victory point. So now we're going to discard that. We're going to draw 2. Let's go faction. Oh yeah! And let's go faction. Oh, it is so good to be a barbarian today. Alright, well, once again, I think we may end up having to slide this because I am just a producing machine. We're going to put these cards over the top of each other a little bit here because I am producing like crazy over here. So what I'm going to do first, right off the bat, is I'm going to build this for 1 piece of wood. I'm going to plop that there, which will give me 2 workers. Okay. Next, I am going to build this one for 2 wood and a house. So 1, 2 wood. And we'll destroy this building here. And we will... Oh, did I get my 2 people? Gosh, I can't remember if I took my 2 people or not for that. Okay, well, we'll build that. I can't remember if I did or not. So it would have been 5, 6, 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I must have. So, no, I didn't. There's no way. Because I would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where did the 11th one come from? Maybe I must have carried one over. Okay, so I'm not going to grab any more. Stop grabbing people. Okay. Alright, so we've got this one here. Let's see. I wouldn't mind possibly just putting that at the top of my player board. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this as an apple. We're going to put that up there, and that will give me a person. So, good God, I got a lot of stuff going here. So why don't we spend 2 people? Let's get another card, and this time we're going to take a common. So it says spend a person to gain a wood, may be activated twice. It only costs a wood to build, so this would be a good one for me to do, just for no other purpose than to destroy. So let's get another card, and this time we're going to take a faction. Each time you raise, gain a victory point. Yep, that's a no-brainer. So we're going to spend our piece of wood, and it's also going to cost a house. So goodbye, house. Our house, do-do-do, in the middle of a street. Okay, so I'm out of cards, man. I'm telling you, that's the worst part of this is when you run out of cards because you're having to spend so many workers just to try to get them. But I will spend 2 more workers. Let's draw another common. Oh, good. It was a ruins. Let's plop that down there, and that gives me a free worker. And also now I've got a building to destroy. So before we get too far ahead, let's not forget to activate this one, which says spend a sword to gain a gold and 2 victory points. So 1, 2. And we get our gold as well. All right. So let's spend 2 more workers. Let's gain a faction card. Feature. Building bonus, 1 victory point for each black building in your empire. So I would just immediately get that. So I believe these, I've only got 3 of them. Let me see here. Nope, 4. So I have 4 of them actually. Ooh, that's not too shabby. Okay, so with 4 of them, this would be 5. That's worth 5 victory points. So that costs 2 pieces of wood. So I will spend 2 gold in replace of that wood. Plus it costs a building, which will get rid of the ruins. We'll place this here, and that is going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 victory points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so I need another card. So we're going to get a common card this time, I am thinking. Because if I decide, I could just raise it, and then I could get 2 victory points. So let's see what it is. Yep. Ooh, yay! This actually worked out well. So we're going to just do nothing but just decide to destroy that. That will give me 2 victory points because of these cards here. And it also gives me a worker and a piece of wood. So let's get those and put them on our player board. Alright, so now if I wanted, I could try to get lucky here. Spend 2 workers. Let's draw Let's draw a common, and if it takes just a wood and a stone, I can build it. Oh, and it takes two apples. Well, that's a bummer. So unfortunately, I will now lose this piece of stone and this wood because I can't do anything more. I've done everything I can this round. We're going to clean up, and we're going to move this down, and let's see what he decides to attack. So if he gets one more card flipped over, then he's going to destroy this. It's a person and a coin, so I'm safe. He still hasn't taken one of my buildings, okay? So once again, we're going to slide this on over like this because I am really cooking with my production over here. We're going to slide these down like that. And I will now draw a faction card, okay? So we will go into round 4. We're going to draw 4 of these. Oh, wow. I just drew to where I could make 2 more people. Look at that. Why wouldn't I take that, right? So, ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. I got another castle here, though, too. Let's do it instead. I hate to lose this one, but let's see if I get lucky. Maybe he won't get it. Okay. And, oh, damn, he did take it. By the way, those go into his. That really annoys me. Crap. So I'll take that one, give him that one. Man, oh man, that really, really, really stinks. Oh well. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's go into production. So I gain a worker. I gain 2 pieces of gold. I gain a sword. 5 people. And another sword, 2 pieces of wood, 2 people, 2 more pieces of wood, a sword and a stone, 2 wood, 2 people, and another sword and a person. Alright, so we got a lot going on here, folks. Let's see what we can do with all this. Build, 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 build. That's what we got to do here. So, alright. Ready? Should be able to do quite a bit this round. So what I'm thinking is, right off the bat, we're going to spend a person onto there. We're going to draw a common card. And we're going to spend another person on there to draw another common card. The reason is because I need buildings to be able to destroy to build my other ones. So let's see what we got here. I've only got 1 faction card, so I'm going to need to get more of those. But I will need to destroy a building for it, so let's see which one I can build. Alright, so let's go with this one. This takes 2 wood to build. Let's do that. Whoops. Okay. And this says spend a worker and a wood to gain 2 victory points. So let's place that down here as an action. Okay. And we will now spend that worker and the wood to gain those 2 victory points. Okay. Now I can use that to also destroy if I want. So let's build this one now. So that takes a stone and a wood. And this could be an action as well. So let's slide those on top of each other. Keep everything as best we can in camera. And that says spend a worker to draw a card. That may be activated twice. We're going to do it twice. Draw 2 faction cards this time. There we go. There we go. More production. But each time you raise, you gain a victory point. So we need to do that one. So we're going to spend 1 wood to build this. We're going to plop it right there. And now each time I raise, I get 3 victory points. And we're going to destroy this one right here that gave me the cards that I had just built. As much as I hate that, it's just going to have to be, because I want to keep this one here that gives me victory points for the moment. Alright, so let's see what we can do. And we wanted to build this one, I remember. Well, not necessarily. We don't have to. In fact, I don't know if I want to at all, to be honest with you. But we do also need to raise some stuff. And the reason we need to do that is because we're getting 3 victory points each time we do so. This gives me 2 stone. Let's destroy it. Okay? That goes away. I get 2 pieces of stone. I get 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. Okay? If I build that, I'll get the wood right back. Plus, I can destroy it to build one of my other ones. Which I do want to build this one right here, because that's a good one. So, why don't we do that? Why don't we just build this one? It would cost me 2 wood, which I'll use a gold, and a piece of wood, which I'll just leave the wood, put the gold over there, because I'm going to get 2 pieces of wood back immediately. So, alright. We're going to build this one, which costs 2 pieces of wood. And this will go in our production. Our ever-expanding production line here. Okay? And that will immediately give me a sword and a person. Okay? But I also have to destroy that one. But before we forget, let's plop that one there to gain 2 victory points. And we're going to gain a gold and the 2 victory points. Okay, there we go. Alright. So this says spend a person and a sword to gain 3 victory points, but it costs 2 food. I can do that with these 2 pieces of gold. Let's plop this over here. We will now spend the person and the sword, and we will gain our 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. Boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, boom. We are rolling, people. So this one needs to be built. But I don't want to destroy any of these. So we're going to spend 2 people, and we are going to draw a common. Okay? Oh, man. Geesh, this is just too awesome. So this says spend a wood and a stone. Well, I've got a stone, but I need to make a wood. So I'll spend 2 people for the wood, put the stone over there. So I have built this one. And then it says spend a person and a stone to gain 2 victory points. So we'll plop that down right here. And we will now spend the person and the stone. And we're going to gain those 2 victory points. So blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now for me to be able to build this, I just need a piece of wood. I've only got 1 worker. So we are going to go after this one right here. So we're going to raise his. That will give me in exchange 2 workers that I needed. So I'm going to take those 2 workers, put them on my player board. I'm now going to use those 2 workers to be able to build this one, which is an action. Spend 2 workers to raise one of your commons. I'm going to place that down right here. And which one are we going to get rid of, guys? Let's do this. Oof, yeah, let's do this one, okay? So that'll get rid of this building here. And that is going to be it. Oh, no, I can place this one right there, which will give me 1 more victory point. So I'll move that up right there. So now we're going to go into our cleanup phase. So I'm going to clean these up real quick. Give me a second. And we've got 1 more round to see what we can do here. And now we're going to flip over his cards. Now I've got 3 cards out this time, okay, that he could try to match. So let's flip the first one. It is a star. Well, we got a star here and here. So what we do is we're going to move up. Star and a coin. Star and a person. Star and a person. That matches. He takes my card. Now, this card will go to the top here, and we flip over the next one. Person. Nope, nobody with a person, because he already took that, so I'm safe with these 2 here. So we're going to put those over here in his pile. And we're now going to draw 1 faction card for me, and we are in the last round of the game. And then I'm going to draw the 4 cards off of the deck here. And we're going to take a look. Well, that's an easy one right there. 1 person and 2 wood to gain 3 victory points. Yeah, we're going to do this one. So, okay, let's see what he gets. And he got the spend a worker to gain a sword, maybe activated twice, which is actually a good one. Let me see. I'm going to go for victory points, right? That's what we got to do, right? So let's just plop that one up there for him. Now, I'm not going to be able to raise that, unfortunately, and take that from him, but at the same time, I want victory points. So, all right, let's go into my ginormous production phase. Alright, so I tried to move the camera back a little bit just so that I could get everything in focus here. So let's go into my production phase, which will be 1 person. It'll be 2 pieces of gold. Be 1 sword. 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to set them all over here because there's too much. Another sword. 2 pieces of wood. 2 more people. 2 more pieces of wood. A sword and a stone. 2 more pieces of wood. 2 people. A sword and a person. And a sword and a person. So this ought to be a fantastic last round for me. Now I'm already at 29 points. Let's try to get this thing maybe to 45 at the end of this round. And then I'm going to score humongous at the end of this game. So, alright, so we're going to need to build as many of my faction cards as I possibly can. So, let's activate our card here. So let's activate it twice. We're going to draw 2 faction cards. So 1, 2. Okay, good ones. Yeah, very good ones. All right, so this one is a feature, just a building bonus of 4 victory points. So yeah, we're going to build that for sure. So that's going to cost me 3 pieces of stone. So I'll spend 2 gold and a stone. And it's also going to cost a house. So I'm going to build this right here. And that's immediately going to give me 4 victory points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I could just use this one here to destroy. Seems how I can't use that anymore anyways, right? So this one is spend a worker and a wood to gain 2 victory points. Let's do that. So bloop, bloop. Okay, and now it's set up to where I'll just destroy it as well. Okay, so let's see here. This is spend a wood to be able to build this. So I'll spend 1 wood. It's an action. Place it there, but it will cost the house. But I've already used this action, so this one will go away. Place that there. And now let's put our sword on this one to gain a gold and 2 victory points. So 1, 2, and a gold. Okay, spend a worker to gain a victory point, may be activated twice. Let's hold off on that one for right at the moment. Alright, so spend a worker and 2 wood to gain 3 victory points. Let's try to build this one. So that costs 2 wood and a gold. Okay, so we're going to plop that right there. Now we're going to spend the worker and the 2 wood, and we're going to gain 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now this one's set up and ready for me to destroy as well. So let's see. We'll build this one, which costs just 1 wood. I don't have a wood, so let's see what I can do. Let's just use 2 workers to make a wood. Bloop. Okay, we're going to spend it, place it over to here, and then we'll destroy this building here that we just made. Take away those workers. Place that up there. In fact, we'll put the workers over there. And now I've got that there as well. So each one of these cards is going to be worth 2 victory points at the end of the game, so I should score very, very well. So I've got 1 card left. It's an easy one to build. Costs just 1 wood to build. Let's do it. So let's spend 2 workers. Let's build this. It says spend 1 wood to gain a victory point, may be activated twice. So I need cards though. So we're going to spend 2 workers to gain a card, and I'm going to take from no, we're going to have to take from the common. Okay, so the common one, I'm going to raise it, okay? So that's, I was hoping to get something that's giving me more cards. I'm going to run out of cards. That's the worst part of this. So that's going to give me a victory point and a wood. So we are going to raise this. So that'll give me a wood and a victory point plus 1, 2, 3. So 4 total victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that goes away. Now, I could just, I'm thinking let's go after his. So let's go after his up here, like, okay? And that's going to give me a person and a victory point plus 1, 2, 3. So 4 more points. And a person, okay? And that's going to go away as well. Alright, so I got 3 people and a sword. So we're going to spend 2 people to draw a common. And I could actually build this if I wanted to, but I get more points by destroying it. Okay, so that's going to give me a wood and a food. So a food and a wood. And 3 victory points. So 1, flip that over, 2, 3. Okay? So with this, I'm pretty well out of things I can do because I can't... Oh, no, wait, I forgot. Spend 1 wood to gain a victory point, maybe activated twice. So 1, 2. So that's 2 more points. And right here, spend a worker to gain a victory point. Floop. So all I have left is an apple. Nom, 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 nom. Don't eat the apple. They're not real. Okay, so let's clean up. This is the end of the game right here, guys. And let's see just how well I scored. See if maybe I can become another emperor, which I've become an emperor once before. So he's going to gain that card. Okay, so what we do now is we see if he's got more cards than what I built, which is highly unlikely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got like 7 alone in my production, okay? So these will go away. This will, nope, this will stay. Okay, so now what I do is I count up my victory points on my cards. And each one of these is worth 2, and this one's worth 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that's 36, 37 points. Okay, so 37 plus 4, that would be 41. So we'll place that there. So I have scored 91 points in my solo game of Imperial Settlers. And hopefully I didn't miss anything while I was doing this, because that's an insane score. So what does that make me? Dun, da, 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 da. I am Emperor Tim. Yes, I am an Emperor because I scored over 80 points. That is actually my highest score that I've done yet, guys, so that's pretty exciting. So regardless, I hope this gave you guys a grand idea on how this game plays. Mind you, it's much, much different when you're playing against another person, because they like to destroy your stuff and take your stuff. But anyways, I appreciate you watching. We'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye.
Griffin Gaming, from new releases to pre-orders. Griffin Gaming. Enter in promo code GreyElephant for 5% off your order.